Hey, what's up everyone? Today, neighbor think YouTube are hacker. Yup, the title is true. This isn't clickbait, it's 1% real. Today, neighbor think YouTube are hacker by title said, my neighbor think YouTube are hacker. Obviously, official YouTube is not gonna get hacked. And also, this is a channel that made this video. The link will be in the description if you want to subscribe to him. An original video will be also linked in the description. Anyway, let's fucking go.
Disclaimer. The physical appearance of everyone in this video has been slightly altered because the people I'm gonna talk about hate me so much that they would attempt to sue me for making a gotcha video about them.
Wait a second. So two people hate you because of your content? And seriously?
To understand how I got here, I need to tell you about what it took to get my apartment. I moved out of my parents' house 2 years ago, not because I had any problems with my family or anything. I just wanted my own space where I could animate in peace. People over here don't really understand what the concept of being a YouTuber is.
Okay, I think this is the most embarrassing thing to tell people that you're a YouTuber.
And because of this, nobody wanted to let me rent an apartment. So you're 16 and you want to rent an apartment all by yourself with your YouTube job. Sorry, I don't think we have anything for you. I went to every single agency in the entire town and everyone gave me the same response. Then I decided to try my luck online and found this gorgeous apartment that was perfect. But sadly the company
Okay, pause the video if you want to read all this.
ghosted me after finding out I was a YouTuber. I then brought up my situation to someone from my school while we were chatting, and she said, "Ooh, I know someone that can help you. Here's his number, he'll find you an apartment as soon as possible." This is nice.
What do you mean nice? Okay, we can see there's a thing right here. I really hope it's blatant, not something that I cannot say on YouTube. And we got a spider right here, and door broken, and we got water that fell on this ball, bucket, and we got this black stuff here. Bro, you better leave. This house is dog shit.
This apartment has been sold. Caitlin? Bakery dude? The last time I saw this guy was when I was in elementary school. He used to make bread, and it turns out he's a realtor now. He introduced me to my landlord, and she introduced me to my apartment, and I lived happily ever after in my new home. Except I didn't. If I did, I wouldn't be making this video. I live in an apartment complex. Here's what your typical apartment complex hierarchy looks like. A few months before I moved in, the board members passed a rule to ban kids from playing football.
Rule 47, no more football. And seriously? This make no sense.
The kids were causing too much noise, sometimes the ball would go through people's windows, and a lot of things would end up breaking. I was made aware of this rule when I signed the contract, because loud kids were one of the main reasons why I moved out from my parents' house. But for some reason, the people here just don't seem to understand what rules are. The parents would encourage their kids to do whatever they want because they're kids, and that means they...
Seriously? Hold on, go back. Seriously? You really just put the chair here just to hide the rules? All you have to do is just grab this thing and sew it. It's not that hard. It's that simple. It's simple.
means they should have the freedom to play however they like. Words cannot express how loud these kids were. Trust me, I grew up with twin sisters. I know how loud kids can get. These ones were on a whole other level. Every time they would start playing, I couldn't work or sleep. The continuous sound of the ball hitting my wall, followed by the constant yelling, drove me nuts. Not to
Bro, at least just leave it. It's not that. It's that simple.
mention the slurs and insults they were saying makes the League of Legends chat look inviting. This used
Wait a second. What people said in the chat? My team is destroy my life. Help me please. LMAO. What? Sorry. Thank you for the win, loser. Bruh, go make me a sandwich. Whoa, what the hell? are these people talking about? Oh my god, what the? Please call the cops. Please. Bro, it's just a game. Why do you need to call the cops? Okay. I need to calm down. It's just... Why does kid need to call the cops? It's just a game.
This used to be manageable because all I'd have to do was message management and he'd make them stop for at least a few days. Of course,
Wait a second. What people said? Hello, sorry, I'm bothering you, but they're at again. I always won them 3 days ago. I deal with right away. Okay.
Of course, the parents weren't happy that their precious demon children weren't allowed to scream and break equipment all they wanted, but there was nothing they could do about it. Until one day, the management decided to step down, and guess who took his place? I've got a bad feeling about this. Hello. Sorry if I'm bothering you, but could you please tell the children to be a little quieter? They're kids. They're going to be loud. Yeah, but that's why they're not supposed to be playing here. It's in the rulebook if you could just... Oh, so you're the reason why our kids weren't allowed to be kids. Well, guess what? I don't know how you do things in Canada land, wherever that is, but here, kids have rights. The thing is, she was in fact not the manager. Her husband was. She was just micromanaging everything for some reason. And she wasn't doing a good job at it either. She would spend a stupid amount of money for unnecessary decor. She used to complain about how bright these lights were and how she was so grateful that the kids broke it. So she replaced them with these maple lights, which I will admit were actually pretty nice. But only 2 weeks later, she changed them again by lighting the place up like a gosh darn Christmas tree because the poor kids couldn't see in the dark. And once she realized that she used up all the money in the vault over her dumb purchases, she jacked up the maintenance fee. This noise problem has been going on for months, and throughout that entire time, my landlord kept talking about how she was going to sue them, and she needed me to take videos and pictures of the kids as proof. The entire complex has security cameras, but every time she would ask for the footage, they would mess around with it to make it look like nobody was playing that day. So the only way to prove that the football rule was being broken was to snap pictures. For the past few years, I have been in such a miserable state. When I was at my parents' house, I never left my bedroom unless I needed to get more coffee or use the bathroom. And to top it off, I spent hours feeding my terrible gaming addiction in hopes to avoid the reality I was living in. But with this move, I had plans to finally fix my life. I started seeing a psychologist and got diagnosed with some things that gave me some clarity on why I've got the worst posting schedule in the entire gacha community. I started cooking my own meals, tried to become an overall healthier person, started making schedules and checklists. But because of my situation, I just couldn't get anything done. I became nocturnal to avoid the noise of the day, but this led to me missing packages and almost double my electricity bill. I even bought noise-canceling headphones, which led...
Wait a second. What is this headphone? But you can see the icon of it's muted. That means this headphone is not gonna work. Or maybe okay, look at this. You can see I have a new headphone. It's so cool. Wait a second. Look at this. Do you see it? This is the best headphone I ever bought. You can see it's so cool. Okay, I think I need to pause the video.
Which led to an ear infection due to excessive use. But despite all of this, I still didn't feel comfortable about secretly filming kids without their consent, like a creep. But after weeks of going back and forth and my landlord pestering and spam calling me, I caved and hesitantly sent her the proof she wanted. But instead of doing the smart adult thing of giving it to her lawyer like she promised, she sent it directly to the manager.
Wait a second, what does it say? It said I have proof now, so I make them stop or I sue. But who made this text? 5 years old?
as a threat. I will always be grateful that she gave me a place to live because nobody else would, but throughout my stay, she's done some pretty questionable stuff too. And this was one of them. The result of this was the manager sending my video that was so obviously taken from my apartment to the complex group chat. And she told everyone, our hacker neighbor is going to sell these videos online and get money.
Wait a second, this is not true. A bunch of hackers cannot hack a official YouTube to secure the channel.
From it. When I first met her, she asked me what my job was, and I tried to explain what being a YouTuber is, but apparently it just didn't go through. Everyone in the group chat was going crazy. Angry parents were threatening me and people took turns knocking at my door.
Yeah, seriously? A bunch of people just going crazy because there's a hacker here?
Even though what she said was a big fat lie, it didn't matter. Since I barely left my house, a lot of people never even saw me, and there was already a lot of gossip and speculation. So on the rare occasion where I would set foot outside, I'd either get stared at or ignored, which just made me feel bad. All this message did was seal my title as the evil mystery neighbor. Moral of the story, check your facts before spreading rumors.
Well, at least just grab a shotgun and kill him. It's not that hard. It's that simple. Actually simple.
And don't believe everything people say.
Yeah, I actually feel bad for this girl. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to join my Discord or click the video on screen to watch more. And bye.